Alright guys, so let's talk about spear block. So if you want to do this kind of clip, or this kind of clip, or this clip, oh my god, spear Q block. Then I'll be explaining to you guys what does the spear Q block does and how does it work, and pretty much how can you replicate this kind of thing. A lot of people are commenting that it was like a pay to win kind of thing. No, it is not. The spear Q block is literally free to play. You just level this skill up to 5 levels. When you understand how does it work, you definitely are not going to be thinking that it is pay to win. It has nothing to do with your gear at all. It has nothing to do even with anything at all. Like, it doesn't have to do, you don't have like a good weapon for it. You don't need to have like a good armor for it. You can be a level 1 Andy with a lot of HP and probably still pull this off. So I'll be explaining to you guys how the spear Q block works in this case. I'll move my camera a bit so we can see it more clearly. So basically what patient block does is it defends against attacks. I'm defending against fury attack, while stationary deals 374% base damage. So it's essentially a 370% base damage like hit, but it does some skills that proc on it. So if you're just Q blocking, there's 2 types of Q block that you can do in this game. The first one is just standing still, and this is the first Q block, which is the stationary Q block, and the second one is the roll Q block. Depending on what kind of Q block you pulled off, it has 2 different like kind of output on it. So essentially the first Q block is just whatever. It's not really like a huge thing. But the second and third option, there's gonna be 2 different type of Q blocks that's gonna be coming out of that Q block in general. So first, the whirling ward. This is essentially the strongest Q block in the game for spear. I would say for a lot of class, there's no Q block other than the SNS Q block for sure that's really doing anything at all. Because here's the thing, Gladiator does a lot from expos. There's a lot of expos daggers that's pretty much melts us, and there's no really a way to get around these expos. So one of the ways that you can pretty much get around of these expos is pretty much activating this one skill once you perfect Q block it. Remember, you have to perfect Q block it, or the yellow defense pop needs to pop pretty much in order for this skill to proc. And remember, you can't roll. If you roll, there's going to be a different Q block that's going to be out for it. It's called the impelling impact. So once you Q block the stationary one, it's going to put out something like this. Okay, this is the roll one. The roll one is gonna allow you to activate that skill pretty much. And then I click that once over there, and then it kind of throws the spear towards the target. What that does is pretty much it gives you a brand weaken on the target. It allows you to give out skill and pretty much give them the brand weaken. So the brand weaken are the same weaken as Javelin Surge, which is pretty much just gives you another 82 skill damage boost towards the target that's branded. So it's not really like a huge Q block. It's not really a good thing. It doesn't. It is not that much damage anyway from the spear Q block, so it doesn't really matter. I would say you only use this for PvE, and other than that, you don't really use it for anything else. But if we're talking about the stationary Q block, this is what you use. Watch this icon right here on the block. I perfect block that, and you can activate whirling ward, right? And then the way you activate it is by clicking it once more, like this. And then it's gonna do that little animation. And then when you do the animation, you're gonna get a buff. I'm gonna pause the clip right here. And you're gonna be seeing the buff. It's gonna be saying around like 3 seconds, you're gonna be reflecting pretty much anything that comes towards you. That is a projectile, range or magic. So you can't evade a melee projectile, that's part of the skills. So pretty much the only thing you can evade of is Expo's basic attack, magics, like some of the magic projectiles, not all magic projectiles. So you need to see if that skill is considered as projectiles in order for you to like know that if it's gonna counter that or not. So again, that is a really good Q block, and then targets with it, and then it pretty much deals 125% of base damage plus 69 to targets within 4 times the attack range. That means the attack range. I think that what it meant is the attack range of spear or the attack range of the users that's targeting it. Either way, I never seen this I never seen people go out of range in order to get counterattack. So as long as they're hitting you back, you're gonna be doing whatever the clip was doing. So essentially, that's literally it. There's nothing special about it. Essentially, what you do is every time an expo come in, you just Q block and hope one of their skills that allow you to like perfect block it procs, and then you can pretty much counter it. You can pretty much counter it with the skill that's coming up. So yeah, essentially that's what you want to do in a lot of cases. Make sure when you use the spear Q block, you always do the stationary Q block, and then you proc it like this, and it's gonna reflect everything that comes in towards you, regardless of like what kind of build you have. So again, so yeah, that'll be all. That's pretty much the only explanation I got for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.